Hey, welcome to this Trials of Fire gameplay video. If you love deck building strategy games, then don't miss a minute of what's coming up. Hey, welcome. It's time to play some Trials of Fire. I know this is a little bit different for my channel, which, well, that's not entirely true. I've played this kind of game all the time, and if you go back a year or two, you'll find that I've posted videos of games that are not strictly war games. Oh, Lordy, I tell you one thing we need to do. Options. Somebody make the music less. There we go. I feel much better about that. In any case, Trials of Fire is something that's in early access, and it's labeled as a tactical narrative deck building adventure game, and it's very much a roguelike in my opinion, because you play and get killed and you start all over again. But it's about the best I've run into yet. Boy, turn the sound down, it's making me crazy. So what do you say we jump in? Let you give you a little taste of how this thing really works, and just get after it. Now, I've got an adventure going now, but we're going to abandon that run. All right, and we're going to. Oh, this is not the base party. The base party looks like this with the elementalist and the warrior, but I think. I don't know, the Warlord's awfully cool, so, and, okay, I've screwed it up. Well, I don't know, that might actually be an interesting one, because the Hunter, yeah, I think we need to go with the Hunter. So, we pick a quest. There's several. I've been working on Water Gem. I get partway through and die. Got difficulty set to medium, which means I die. There's a daily challenge and a combat run, which is kind of interesting. I haven't played with either of them much, but the basics of the game we can demonstrate with this quest. So, let's just, rather than talk about it a whole lot right now, let's just jump in and get after it. But before we do, you know what's coming next. If you've listened to me babble for the last 2 minutes and you're still, wow, that's still loud, you're still listening and watching, then please consider subscribing. Ring that bell so you know when I've posted another video. Like and share, that helps the channel a bunch, and especially leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this kind of game. Let me know if you want to see more content like this. Alright, so the settlement Terrelin is dying. Most crops will not grow in blasted land. The settlers relied on its hunters to bring meat from the beasts that roam the plains and scavenge where they can. At first, the hunters were able to bring enough food to support the people by scavenging from the ruins of the living world. Finally, a solution is found in the living world. Tome scavenge from the remains of the Grand Library, the location of a water stone, an elven artifact of great power. The text describes the stone as being used to create a waterfall to decorate the palace of an elven kingdom. No one needs to be reminded of the dangers of elven magic, the cause of the cataclysm, which we can see, the devastating event that took place 150 years ago. Okay, you can pause the video and read that if you want. 2, 3, 4. Anyway. The cause of the cataclysm that decimated the land, but after months of watching the people of Terrelin succumb to hunger and disease, the settlement leaders decided it's time to take action. So, Terrelin can only spare enough supplies for a small party of warriors and hunters to go forth and seek the gem. The scholars estimate the journey will take several weeks, so the party is given as much food and supplies as can be spared. The scholars tell you that little of the area beyond the immediate surroundings, but it's unlikely your supplies will last the entire journey. You'll need to scavenge what you can from the living land ruins, living world ruins, and the native beasts along the way. The party sets off early with the fate of Terrelin resting on its success. Now, there's a bunch of backstory. We're not going to do much more than we just did. So, it's just bloody attractive. You got your journal. You can see your main objective in any side quest, and these are important because that enables more characters once you complete a certain number of side quests, among other things. We can rest by clicking here. It doesn't work as well. Actually, won't work as well here as it will in a settlement or a town. We've got 5 out of 10 possible food. So it says take a bit of time to explore the world and level up your characters and equipment. If your food reaches 0, it's bad. You have current healing herbs. Now this is a big deal. These resources and your obsidian, which is money, these resources are what you have to manage along with your player health or your character's health. You see the characters are named, weapon quality, armor. So weapon quality, character's total weapon quality provides a number of redraws in each battle. Each redraw can be used to discard and redraw an unwanted hand of cards. Armor provides extra life points at the start of every battle. And then you have all your equipment. And equipment's very cool. You find equipment and it gives you new cards for your deck. So you got deck building, which I haven't quite figured out how to do real well. And role-playing and the tactical battles are just sweet. This is Shauna is a melee support character, which is kind of cool. And then Jara, who's a warrior. Well, let's dig into this more. Right now, what do you say we just get started and see what we want to do? Now, you've only got so much food, so you want to kind of head in the direction you need to go to get your first real objective. But if you don't wander around a bit and find things, then you won't be leveled up enough to have a chance when you get there. And now I'm going in straight on. Here's a random encounter. I think we will make straight for those ruins and hope this guy doesn't jump us. Alright, we got past him. Picking your way through the ruins, you find a locked cellar. Oh my god. This is one of the best early halls I've ever seen. Look at all the food. Crafting. I've not played enough for crafting to matter. I keep getting beat. And a shield, which is sweet. So let's go here. Let's go to our melee character. That shield provides her with higher armor and a card that is a shield bash melee attack that deals damage equal to your current defense, which is 0. We'll get into defense in a bit here. One weak fight. What's over here? Ruins. Well, we've got a lot of food. I think we can afford a bit of a detour. Oh, especially since there's a settlement right there, and that guy is following us. So we come across the remains of a dwarven town. The buildings were short and sturdy, but most have been demolished by the cataclysm. While searching the town for anything worth scavenging, Rustin hears a female rattling voice calling for help. What looks like a destroyed barracks. Now, peering at the collapsed building, you make out a rattling girl trapped about 18 feet in the structure. She still has a torch with her, but is pinned by a slab of fallen stone. Seeing you approach, she quickly calls for help, offering a handsome reward if you can save her. So, we can either try to climb down there and rescue her, which has a 50% chance of injury and 25% chance of reward, or we can lower a rope and try to pull her out, which has a 25% chance of reward and 25% of the trait. Or we can just leave her. And sometimes just walking away is the thing. But I think the best bet here is lower a rope down and see what happens. So you got all these role-playing elements and story-building elements, and it's just kind of cool. After a struggle, you're able to pull the rattling up out of the hole. Wow. The rattling girl gushes with thanks and offers to share her items she's already plundered from the abandoned town. A force staff, a bone sword, heavy breastplate, and some money. Very good. After making sure she's okay, the party waves farewell and continues the search of the town ruins. Well, before we do that, defensive stance for heavy breastplate. So we'll throw that on her. I think she already has a bone sword. Yeah, so that doesn't matter. And the force staff may or may not be usable. Right now she has some higher quality, and quality, as we recall, influences and redraws. For strike, defend. Yeah, you know what? That gives me 2 cool cards. This gives me bash, which is a very cool card. But it also can provoke a combo attack. And it provokes a combo attack. Defending, absorb damage done to character. All characters lose half of their range defense at the start of their turn. Defend, absorb damage done to the character. All characters. So it does have a downside. You start the turn with defense and you lose half. We're going to go for it because it does improve our armor and the quality. Alright, back to the journal. Continue. After an hour or so of searching, you find nothing adventurous, decide to move on. You need to go find a fight. But first, and we may have a fight in the settlement, it's 0.3 food to get to the settlement. We're going to move there. That guy is after us. As you enter a small human settlement, you see a cloaked figure running towards you. The figure keeps glancing back to see if anyone is in pursuit. It appears to be clutching something to his or her chest. It looks suspiciously like the figure has just carried out a robbery, but then again, she might be a victim fleeing from an attacker. As she approaches, you see there's a human girl with short hair and a face streaked with mud. If you grab her and turn her over to the town's guards, they are likely to remove her hand if she's been stealing before. Ooh. So, we can block the girl's path, and we can have Jara grab her and hold her firmly. Let's give that a try. Jara grabs the girl by the arm and holds onto her firmly. In her right hand, she's clasping a large jewel. You ask her where she got it from, and she tells you she's just trying to help her family survive. So, if we take the jewel off of her, we get a reward. If we demand that she returns the jewel, we get a reward. Or if we let her go, and then we get the shop. So, moral dilemma. We can demand that she return the jewel, we get a reward. We can take it away from her, because, by God, we need it more than she does. Or we can let her go and we can shop. Well, we've got money, we've got food. Probably the smart move is one of these two. This is what appeals to my heart. But these are the smart moves. So, we're going to demand that she return the jewel where it belongs. Realizes she can't maneuver, she hands over the jewel but begs you not to turn her over to the guards because she is certain to lose her hand as punishment. You take pity on her and release her and travel to the sanctuary to town. The magister of the sanctuary has not yet realized that this jewel is missing and thanks you sincerely. The jewel she had stolen was a firestone of an elemental shrine, one of the 4 sacred artifacts in each town's sanctuary. He insists that you accept a reward for returning such a sacred object. So, he explains that when a worshiper dies with no living relatives or belongs to end up here, he asks if there's anything he'd like to take in payment. A hand bow. Oh, those are cool cards. And a bone claymore, which is a cool sword. Yeah, we'll take it. Alright, now we're back to... Now, this card gives you a double strike for 2. This card is a 3. 3s are tough to get, but boy, it is great, man. That's 5 on all adjacent enemies. So, let's go with that. Let's get back out here. Doesn't look like we can... Not a place to sell stuff. That's too bad. Our stamina is at about 50%. I think we ought to rest, even though it will eat up a certain amount of food. I don't know how much we'll see. Uh-oh. The leader of the group approaches and demands you hand over a goodwill payment. Well, Smart may be paying them off since we are particularly wealthy now. Because I want to show the fight, we're going to have a fight. Let's go. Now remember, this game is in early access, so there's still a lot to do. Now how does combat work? All these cards have a certain willpower cost. So you can see it's telling me, or it ought to tell me, not enough willpower, recycle cards to gain willpower. Recycling cards means tossing them up here into the recycle. Now you can click to undo if you screw up, and I screw up a lot. So let's take a look at our opponents. A bounty hunter and a warden. This guy might have ranged attacks. He's almost certainly a melee character. Our ranged attack guy has got an obstacle between here and there, so he can't really see anything to shoot, and nobody has any willpower. Now, cards that have this little, I don't know how to describe it, but right there, this part, are cards that don't cost anything to use. So I could put a defend on her without using willpower, and I could use advance for her to move her forward. But to get other things going, well, this has a 0 cost, but it's a melee attack and nobody's adjacent. So, what's interesting about this also to think about is that you can use a card, let's say an advanced card, and that shows you where you can go. And if you look, you can see that it's showing that here, if you look at the two enemy characters, that he can see them. But if he's here, he can only see the one in the lower right. What else can we demonstrate here? Power shot. Adrenaline. This is a power card that gives you an ability. Every time you play a card, it deals melee damage, gain willpower, gain 1 willpower. It also has an endurance, which is that number in the shield, which is how much damage you can take before it's removed from the character. So, demonstrate play. What makes sense looking at this? Well, it makes sense to defend right now. The other thing, an advanced card says she can go, that far. But if I were to recycle this card for willpower, it activates her and she can make a small move. So we can do that. She's activated. We can look at where we want her, and we can move her to here. And then move her to there. And then we can work on our ranged character. Oh, she's got a ranged attack too. So we can work on our ranged character, getting him in position. He can see over there. Here he can see there. Getting him in position to shoot. Now we got to start recycling cards. Alright. That recycles that and activates her, but I don't want to move her. I want to take a power shot there. And I need to recycle another card, which that swipe is a good one since she's not going to attack anytime soon, which is him. Power shot. Now, the cost increases as the turn goes on. Nobody else can recycle, and we don't have enough willpower to continue. So we have to pass to the opponent's turn. Click there. We get our hand back. He's recycling some cards, or using a card. Snapshot. Oh, here comes the melee character. He defends, and off we go. Okay, now it gets very interesting. She's got some good melee cards and a defend card, and she's going to need a defend card in melee. She's going to need a defend card in melee, and we want her in position to fight. Now, she's a support character. She does things that benefit everybody. So activate all friendly heroes, activate character. Right, that's kind of cool. So we'll play this on her. And everybody's activated. So we can move her forward and her forward. And we can look to see if there's a more advantageous place for him to be. Given the cards in hand, it may be better to move him up here and hope he can get in the middle of a combo attack and we can really beat this down, but that'll eliminate his ability to shoot. But he's got a swipe card. We're going to be burning cards like mad. We're going to be burning cards like mad to get these attacks off because they're really high cost. We're going to have to spend 1, 2. We've got 4 cards that we can use for attacks, which ought to be just enough. We want to use this one. I don't know if that will that trigger a combo. Yes, it can. Okay, that'll trigger a combo. And we need to start burning cards to get this attack off. So we'll do this one. Yeah. Lay into him. Now this one could also provoke a combo, but it doesn't hit near as hard as this one does. But we can't fire this one up. We just don't have the ability to get the willpower. So we're going to do this one and get the combo going. Sweet. And then we're going to recycle this one. Give her a defensive stance, which I probably should have done already. Yeah, I should have. Got out of sequence. You got to pay attention to your cards and do it right. Do it right, you big dummy. Look at this. I've never done redraws, and I just realized how they work. I was talking about them and thinking, yeah, I know what that means, but no, I didn't. We actually have redraw. Ooh, powerful. I didn't realize that. Go. All right, he's bound to get really ugly here. All right, he defends. Whoa, boy, are we in good shape, or in better shape anyway. That helped a bunch. So we can review our cards and use a bloody redraw if we want. Shield Bash. We have Force Field Defend 2 on all characters. That's a good plan. Support character buffs everybody. I don't want to push him back, so I don't want to use that. That'll be good for burning. For willpower. I should have played this one first. Maybe I would have had to use it for willpower. Shield Bash, melee attack. Can we get any more defense? I don't think so. But we can get some here, so let's go there. Gain 1 willpower. That's one less that we can use for, but I want to do that. I want to be gaining willpower as we go. Let's get the combos rolling. Well, wait a minute. It costs something now. Right, let's get the combos rolling. Boy, he's hard to hurt. That's a 1. Let's burn that one. And it provokes combos, so we'll shield bash. Much better. We'll use the Force Strike, recycle, to get us a swipe, and we ought to finish it. Excellent. Call that. Well, I could use this to move her forward. Let's see. Oh. So if we use this and change our mind, we can click there and get it back. You do that if you got one time. Not one time of the game. But one card, I should say. If I do that, it means I could move her. That's not significant, and I like this card. Let's keep it. Let's go. Bang! He shoots at us and defends. Excellent. It is tough. We can't quite get there. Not on that advance, but we can if we activate her otherwise. No, she's just there's well, She can get there. Do we have any shooting we can do? Yeah, we can snapshot. So let's take that, which knocked his... We're in good shape. We got this beat. Recycle this. Move her. Swap. Fight's over. There you go. Alright, what did we get? Oh, some cool stuff. Now we got to level up. But we only got one level up. I'm going to level up the support, melee support character. Hope we get a good choice. That's nice. Oh, that's very nice. Target friendly character plays a random power card from their deck for free. Regroup, move, inspiring strike, melee 2, random, inspired to all other characters. Now, deck building is something I haven't quite figured out, but what I do see is I want to be careful about the average cost of my cards. And here is a strike that costs as much as one of these. That does the same, and it affects other characters, so we're going to upgrade her with that card. We also found some cool stuff. Oh, you can have a bunk. Now this is kind of dicey. We put that in there and it gives me a card that's a melee card, which may be a dead card in my hand if I'm not adjacent to somebody, but if I am, it's actually more powerful. But the truth is, this is much cooler. This gives him range cards that are sweet. The quality is up. He gets a ricochet shot and a sleep dart, which the sleep dart inflicts fatigue, and the ricochet lets you bounce things off of obstacles. So we're going to put that there and get those two cards. Sweet. This gives him better armor and 1 willpower. She's already got better armor. And it gives her better armor. Let's give her that robe, get that card. Oh, and a helmet. Oh, look, metal helm. Head rush. Move forward, defend 1+1 per space moved, and all enemies range are inflicted with exposed. Discard. I like it. Let's put it on her. Okay, well, we've been running almost a half hour now, and we've seen a lot of the game. What do you say we move up to the town and see what happens here? So you hear the sound of a crowd chanting in the distance. Before the throng comes into view, you see a human man strung up on a gallows, his legs thrashing around frantically. As you move to the main square, it seems like the entire town is here. One member of the crowd tells you they're assembled for the Fallowfield axe throwing. She explains that after hanging, people pay 20 obsidian to enter, throwing a short-handled axe up the gallows, trying to sever the rope holding the dead criminal. What fun! Well, our options are: cost is 20 to participate in the game for 25% for a reward. See if you can steal supplies or items from a tavern or nearby houses while the townsfolk are distracted, and patiently wait for the game to be over. And we need to heal this guy. We'll do that. We'll rest here in town probably. This has worked. It's a 66% chance, the best possible chance of positive with a pretty significant downside, but we'll rest if we have to. So let's do some stealing. There's a window open around the back on the first floor of the tavern. Jar gives rest to the leg up. He scales the timber beams. Nice. We've got a hybrid horn and some food. Fortunately, there's no one here. He sneaks downstairs to the kitchen, pinches a half loaf of spice bread and a couple other items. Awesome, and we can shop. Great. Now it's time to get rid of some of these redundant items we have. Oh, money is looking good. Money is looking great, just great. We got a lot of food, but you can almost never have enough. So let's get that. Can't afford that. Can't afford an acid potion, which would add to the effectiveness of our ranged guy and still leave us 50 obsidian. So we'll continue. Now, let's go over here. Let's add this flask. target friendly character draws a card. She can have that. And I should have sold that. Maybe I couldn't. I don't know if I missed it or not. Alright, we're really pretty fresh, but if we do this, we'll heal 1 health, which will bring him up to speed. So we're going to use a half food. It's expensive. We're going to use a half food. And then we're off and running again. Break camp. And let's proceed with vigor across the grasslands. That looks ugly. Let's hunker a little off to the right, try to get around that. That's a long ways off. Let's take those direct route as you go. And we got these guys to worry about. Alright. Let's go for the ruins. What the heck was that? You see the remnants of a giant column. The base is formed by many neatly arranged stone blocks with the top surface a small messy mound of honey-colored bricks. You think you can see something glinting in a gap between 2 of the bricks. You try to dislodge 1 brick. To your surprise, it falls into some kind of cavity. It's only when you hear a loud splashing sound a few seconds later that you realize it's actually an ancient well, not a column. So now we can lower the bucket down to see if there's fresh water, but you must climb down on the wooden beams and do so, or move on. 50% food, 25% injury food, 25% health damage. Hell, no pain, no gain. Shanna tentatively places her feet on the beams. Without warning, left beam gives way completely and she tumbles down a deep well. She slows her descent painfully by bracing against the shaft of the well, but she soon hits the wet ground with a nasty crack. Oh, this is bad. Now she got a minor injury card, which ends up basically being an almost dead card in her deck. It does nothing, but it can be recycled. There are some injuries that just take a space and can't be recycled. An injury is a permanent addition to your hero's core deck, can be removed by using a healing herb while resting or through special accounting. I've never quite made that work, but we'll try it. We'll try it when it comes time. But we at least got some food. Okay. She did bring up some fresh water. Great. Well, there's a settlement just ahead. This is nice. We're heading in the right direction. You enter a curiously quiet settlement until you realize that almost all the townsfolk are crowded in the main cobblestone square. You can just about make out a young female hybrid with her arms and head chained to the remains of a sturdy building. She's surrounded by a mob of ratlings who are throwing clumps of something foul-smelling at her. You get the impression that within the next half hour the situation could end in bloodshed. Well, so we can try to help the prisoner by running into town square, warning words of the impending attack by a dragon, attempt to sneakily steal some obsidian from a couple of members of the crowd, or ignore the scene. Well, this one doesn't have a bad outcome. It's either a new follower or shop. This one is shop. We want to do this. You're not entirely sure if this risky plan will work, but you act out with as much gusto as you can muster. To make it even more convincing, you choose a forest edge near the edge of the town that is just about visible from the town square. Collect together a large number of dead branches before setting it alight with a torch. You enter the square maniacally, screaming dragon, and pointing to the fire in the distance. There's a mass panic and everyone flees the square. You reassure the hybrid before prizing open her shackles and making your way back out of the town. The way you entered the hybrid offers your skills up for saving your life. So now we get a follower. The follower gives us +1 health restored when bedding down. Wow, that's cool. I like that much. Speaking of bedding down, before we do that, who has the injury? Shauna has the injury. Okay. So, if we rest, that should get us fresh. And while we're resting, if we play this on her, it's not working. Let's break camp. Let's go look at that card again. Well, I don't know. I've had this problem before. Maybe I don't understand what I'm doing, or maybe Maybe I'm not doing it right, but I'm not going to waste more time on it. Now, this is really tempting to go here. It's a lot of food, and that takes us way off the path, but we're going to go through it. You enter the remains of a human settlement that's been taken over by rattlings. A few guards are blocking the path ahead to spot you. Rattling welcomes are not usually this aggressive. They look like they will clearly provide some considerable resistance in combat. When you approach, they reach for their weapons, but you don't draw them just yet. One of them demands that you state your business. Well, unnecessary combat. That doesn't make me happy. Tell them we wish to sell items at the market. The rattling tells you they will grant you entry if you pay the seller's tax in advance. It's 10 obsidian. Well, let's pay the 10. Ooh, it was more like 30. And go in. Well, that was not a good deal. Now we don't have enough to buy anything. This was a wasted effort. Moving ahead. Yeah, that wasn't the brightest thing I've ever done. Today's sun is unusually hot. Progress through the wasteland is hard. Gradually the heat begins to rise. And soon the temperature gets to be an unbearable level. Looking up, Rastin notices that the sun is glowing a burning red with violent coronas moving visibly around the star. A sun flare! Sun flares do not usually last long, but the heat will soon be enough to burn cloth and skin alike. Before long, Shannon spots a cave recessed in a glassy mound of rock. Unfortunately, he also spots a small band of charred, sprinting for the same. Well, we're going to have to fight. All characters that end their turn not adjacent to an obstacle take 2 unblockable damage. Ouch! Ouch! Well, looks like we better start worried about ending our turn next to... Oh, and that was a mistake. Can I undo it? Yes. Thank goodness. Next to an obstacle. And I think the problem with that is it blocks everybody else. Okay, he's going to go there and watch this guy come around the corner. She's going to go... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an obstacle. I'm pretty sure. Well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Advance. No, I think it's telling me that this is, and not that. Joy. Advance there. Advance there. Play a leadership. Play a defend. And pitch a power shot to focus. No, I don't want to advance, but I want to be able to, and she's got a swipe in hand. Let's go. Alright. Whack. Rock and roll time. This is going to be challenging. Fearsome shout. Yeah, that's a freebie. And that marks this guy as exposed +1 to all damage, which is a good thing. Let's see, he advances to here. He can see everybody, and he's still next to an obstacle. White, that was cool. Ditch the advance. Nice. She can advance, but she can't get in where she's protected from damage. So we're going to defend with him. We're going to pitch that, and we're going to take a power shot there, where it has the most effect. Alright, let's go. I'm not sure why they're taking extra damage for that, what looks like fire, but we'll see. Defends. Ouch. Okay, defense helping him there. She needs to defend. Shield bash is equal to current defense. Wild swing does 2 to 6. Inspire, which is +1, so she's going to inspire. I'll use these cards to buff, get everybody else shooting. Use Sleep Dart, which shuffles a fatigue card into a target's deck. That's a good one for him since he's going to last past the end of this round, I think. I can't improve my defense any more than it already is, but I can do a wild swing now. Gotcha! Alright, we need to work up a power shot for him. And there's no safe place for her to go. We're going to leave it at that. We're doing good. Taking some damage here. She's going to be expensive to heal. But I think we got this. Oh, he's just going to stand there because he's an archer. Right, he's a scout. Okay. Okay, head rush. That gets me up there with a lot of defense. And I'm next to an obstacle, which is sweet. I can recycle that card. A little bit of ricochet shot. Guess it missed. Or maybe I did it wrong. I should have done him first. See, this is where you got to pay attention. I should have been doing him first. Swipe. Where can he go that he is... But he's still going to be blocked, no matter what I do. Can I finish him this turn if I move forward? I think maybe. Recycle, shield bash. Go to here. That one. That one. Wild sweep, and we're out. Really got to pay attention to the totality of the cards in all characters, and that's something I've been a little lazy about. Let's level her up. Challenging stride is move 3, then pull. Rush is gain +2 movement, then draw 2 movement cards. Protect, choose a friendly character. No, I don't like that one. She's not buffed up enough for that one yet. That draws all the damage to her and gives you defend 2. Defensive move. Whenever you defend on your character, activate. Oh, that's kind of cool. Challenging stride. That way I've kept my balance off the go. I've chartered deal with the party huddles deep in the cave. The heat is stifling, but preferable to burning outside. After a few minutes, the sun flare passes and shadow declares it safe for the party to move on. And we got an injured character. This is an awfully expensive way to fix that. We're going to play just a little bit longer. Oh my God, we're at 43 minutes. You know what I think we're going to do? We're going to call this one. And I don't know if I'm going to continue doing videos on this. This is just something I wanted to show off. You could, do the long video showing. Wait a minute. Maybe we should keep going. Because that's probably our objective. I don't think we're ready for it. We really don't. We got a lot of food. Let's play a bit more. Let's go to the ruins. You come across ruins of a living world town with an armed group of human settlers looking to make a livable settlement. You're well stocked and offer to let you rest here as long as you want. Take their supplies by force if necessary. If I do that, don't know if I have the option to do it. Can I heal her now? Yes, I can. We need your supplies, guys. Let's fight. Oh, this is going to be rugged. Those guys be bad. Defend. That's not useful yet. That's not useful yet. Wonderful. Acid flask. Doesn't look like it can be used anywhere. Oh, yes it can. Smack. I'm going to burn that card. And she needs to defend again. Alright, I need one more. We're going to use that one because I'm not going to let her move. Although she can move here to get her in close with her pal. And I love that card, but I need to shoot. And we're done. Let's go. Now they ought to be moving on us pretty quickly. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Coming here to fight might not have been a great idea. They're going to gang up on the archer. But the acid paid him back. Alright, head rush. Move 4. Defending 1. Her space moved. That'll help. Got a lot of swipe cards up there. Challenging stride. Ooh, that got him off the archer. Although she's in real trouble now. Real trouble. Alright, she needs to fight. Not enough willpower. Ha ha ha. And we're going to burn his card to get that strike off. It did not cause a combo. Swipe. And he survived. We'll burn that card. Shield bash him. Get him out of the game. We'll burn that card for leadership on her. Let's go. Very cool. This is just sweet. Ouch, ouch. You see why I didn't want multiple characters next to it. Because they just beat you down. Okay, we got this wide sweep card, which is very cool. Our shot, prepare, ricochet shot, focus, snapshot. Play a defensive stance to protect her a bit. We don't need to march. That we do need to do that to light up a wide sweep. Nice. We can't use that no matter what. And I don't think anybody. Yeah, that's not going to work. So we're going to need to activate him to move him somewhere where he can see. So we can pull a snap shot on him. She's in trouble. Let's go. It's just going to get worse. I see the character's taken down like this. She's just going to get beat down. Oh, thank God her run's over. Okay. Swipe, swipe, wild swing. Defend, power shot. Inspire. Swipe, burn some cards for attacks. Move her there to get the combo. Swipe. Swipe. Yuck, 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 yuck. Well, I can use this guy's good. We can get this guy, I think. We have to use 2 cards to get the wild swing. And we can't attack him. But at least we've gotten her out of the beat down of combo attacks. Excellent. Excellent. I'm feeling really good about this now. 4 strike. Okay, we need to... Oh, that's nice. Target friendly character draws a card. She needs to move. And will that cause a combo? It can. But it also pushes him away, which I don't want. So we'll swipe. Combo taken. That helped. Swipe again. Fortunately. Yeah. Yeah! This was expensive in terms of damage. Wow, we got some cool stuff. Let's take it all. And we can level him up. Pinning shot for 2, take aim. Bone Wolf, which is a summon and really expensive. Hit and run, which is a good way to push him off of. Put it there to replace the swipe, same cost. This is a good way to push away from a guy who's got you in melee. Alright. We can rest here. I say we could rest here. I didn't rest. Haha. And we can rest again. We're in great shape. We're in great shape for the final encounter. Once we check and see what we've got to play with here. Oh, it's a nice bow. Arcing shot. Does not require line of sight. And range attack X, the further away the harder it hits. Sweet. I think that finishes. Ooh, what's this? Nice. Give her armor advanced. She gets a magic attack if we eliminate this. This is cool. I like getting another character a card. That's what she is. She's a support character. I'm going to leave it alone. Alright, let's break camp and go to the final encounter and call it a day. You find the remains of the Elven Palace that is still partially suspended in the treetops. From the markings, you're sure this is the place you were looking for. The Waterstone must be near. You find what appears to be some sort of carriage on a cable that runs up to the treetops. With no power, the carriage is useless, but the party slowly shimmies up the damaged cable toward the main part of the palace. When you finally reach the top, Shauna notices there's some active elemental lights in the building ahead. She signals to the rest of the party to be silent. As soon as they come clear, the palace is not deserted. Reston hears a voice from inside. There are shadows moving in the elemental lights. The party cautiously approaches, but unwittingly triggers a security system. Lights quickly come on, illuminating the whole party, and a quick inhuman wail sounds from inside the structure. You are soon confronted by a large, rattling figure who screams at you for trespassing on her claims. She insists the elven technology is for rattling people only. It becomes obvious that she is hostile, and you will not get through it without a fight. Yeah, this is nasty. This is where you often lose. This is where you often end the campaign or the run. Okay. She's a sorcerer, which means she's a pain in the ass. I can't get to her. They got an advance. She's got a leadership. She's got a power shot. She's got a power shot. Nice. Swipe, swipe, advance. Well, we're going to need the advances. Let us... Oh, wait a minute. I got an arcing shot. Well, it says it doesn't need a line of sight, but apparently it... I don't have... Yeah, you know what? Get rid of this. Let's take a look at that. Acid Flask can't make it. Arcing shot can hit anyone. I really want to put that acid flask on him. But I also want to hit this guy, so let's hit him. Nicely done. Did you focus? Which lets me move, which puts him in sight. And we hit him with not enough willpower. I say, hit him with the flask. Just start eating him up. Leadership. She needs to play that. There's not enough. She needs to advance to there. She needs to advance to there. And these guys are going to rush and tie us up in knots. Nothing to do but play. He's falling back. Going to hit us with spark. Ouch! Ouch! This is not looking good. These guys are going to be between us while he tears us up. And where's he go? Alright, there. I was about to say, I just wouldn't believe he'd sit right here. Just no way I'd believe he'd sit here. Oh, that's kind of cool. It didn't pull anybody. Well, okay. Wild swing. March. Fearsome shout. Yeah, we need to do a fearsome shout. Expose those guys. 10. Ricochet shot. That's a random target. Spin that. Shoot him. I'm running out of things to spend to get the attack. Here we go. Ah, we didn't finish him. Now, if she plays that, she can move here. Okay. Let's go. Ouch, ouch. If I didn't have this acid blast working the other guy, I would be really scared. As it is, I got a 10 defense. Lord. Come on, acid flax. It's got to bite him. Oh, they're blocking us and stuff. It's so bad. Yeah, that hurt him, but not enough. Okay. Head rush. On sweep, swipe, armored advance. Sleep dart. Power shot, power shot. He can't really see anybody. This gets complicated. Inspiring strike. Let's go on one we can get a combo. And we didn't get it. We can knock one guy off. At least that's one less person to bash us with combos. Armored advance. But if I move up into there, I'm going to get smashed. If I do, then I can get us. If I can work up 3, gotta do what you gotta do. Wide sweep. Oh, I got a combo over there. Excellent. And that's a range 2. It won't finish. Oh no, that's a range. Oh, it's a range 3. That will finish him. So we play that. Play that. And we've almost cleared a path. It's working better than I could hope. Ouch! He's running now. He's had enough. We haven't won this, but it's looking a lot better. Click minions out of the way. Ouch! Big deal. Great. I have to recycle that minor injury. There's that pain in the ass minor injury. Swipe. Finish him. Not quite. Defend. Defend. We've got him now. And we need that to shoot. I can't shoot, but I can move, get him in sight, and not enough willpower. Okay, now. Dun, dun, dun. We're getting torn up by the sorcerer, but he doesn't have any minions now. 5. Oh, it's so brutal. Okay. Armored advance, which gets us up there and gets us defensive. Force field. Defense. That can provoke a combo attack. Ah, she can't quite get there. Advance. Advance. Two to 6 damage. Okay, we play this and this to get that. And we're going to hold this card. It's a good melee attack, and she's almost there. Ouch! Ouch! And a pushback. And a runaway! Challenging stride. And draw her in. So many choices. We may not get her to the ground. I want acid working on him. Yes, I do. Defend. No, 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 no. In. Forced him back. Advance. Defend. And there we go. There's a turret. Let's go. Oh, these guys are going to be hard to kill after this, but I think we may have this one if nobody dies. And if they die, they come back with a major injury, which is a real hassle. They're pushing us back again. We bounced. He didn't get pushed because of that. I guess the guy behind him. We're almost there. We're almost there. Fearsome shout. I want them exposed. Inspire. We're better off using that to move here to get combo attacks, I do believe. Oh, great. I should. Wait a minute. Can I do that? Yes, because I want to see if I can get some. If I toss that and that, I can get a nice card. There we go. There we go. That was the play. Now she tosses that to get the move here. Swipe there. Not a finish. And I think we finished the first part of our quest. We grab all of these goodies. We have 3 level ups. Deadeye is worth 2, which will replace a focus maybe. Mark target, which inflicts expose, which is very cool. Bone Wolf again is all 3/3. I like lineup. It's a movement and attack. So we'll play that in for an advance here. Calming presence, single out attack. Oh, that's very nice. That is very nice. I think I replaced an expensive power shot with that buff card. And protect, defensive movement, measured blow. Place another swipe with a defensive blow. You go about thoroughly searching Delvin Ruins to find a water stone. Once a garden terrorist artifact is unfortunately completely inert and would be useless in its current state. Further exploration of the palace turns out will be a solution. The gem can apparently be powered by a scribe pool, or in a scribe pool, a powerful elemental device that the elves used to give power to their artifacts. Unfortunately, you can find no trace of such a pool in the palace. It was either destroyed when the building collapsed or the ground was never there in the first place. Okay. After some research in attack records room, you discovered there was a network of sun temples that had been marked for some ritual before the cataclysm. Each of these temples would have a scribe pool, and you were able to pinpoint the location of one temple a few days' travel from here. You quickly decided this is your next destination to secure the water stone in a padded pack. We're getting ready to leave. And we take all of these goodies and we play with our characters and all that good stuff, but we're at an hour and almost 10 minutes. That's enough for a first look. I don't know if I'm going to continue this series. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more of this kind of content. In any case, hey, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you again real soon. Hey, thanks for watching. If you click on that picture of Very Young Waz, you'll be subscribed so you'll never miss another video. Then click on that bell notification button, and please share and comment. See you again soon.